Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final. This is the final. Don't do that. This is the final episode of Dynasty Warriors 4 Expert Mode. We've beaten every mission in the game except one. Except one. I'll be honest with you. Um, and honestly, this one is very fun and not that bad compared to the last couple. I did not. Um, this one, I've gone for a glass cannon build. That you are actually against the time limit on this one. So Sun Quan is in a position where you can't get to him at the start, and you have to rescue his lieutenants and keep morale up. So and his morale drops tremendously. This is actually kind of similar to the Zhang Liao mission. Not even just by maps or whatever, but kind of interesting. I've noticed that Liu Yang's soldiers in this one are gold, whereas in every other mission they are green. Kind of interesting. Just methinks on that. Methinks. That's kind of interesting. As Sun Jian's forces, where Sun Ce is said to be the commander, but Sun Quan is the one that you have to defend. They got the rookie to make this one. But you see, you gotta do a shit ton of damage. You gotta kill a lot of people very quickly, or Sun Quan will die. And from my experience just playing, it's actually fairly easy to lose this one even on normal difficulty. I did lose it on normal difficulty. But if you... the key is actually to rescue all the lieutenants, and you know, that's why I went with the build of Shadow Harness with a bunch of damage stacking. Yeah, Zhou is a phenomenal mounted character anyway. And how fitting that Rocky joined us for our final mission here. I'm tickled about that. Really, he was with us at the beginning, and he did need to be with us for the end. So, you know, reflecting back, I guess this series has gone on for so long because it's been start and stop. And I apologize because I know a lot of people have enjoyed it, and there have been a few of you that have watched every fucking episode, and I really appreciate it. I'm glad I made something that you could really enjoy. I hope that despite me talking about myself or whatever, that people were definitively able to watch every episode of this game, which I love so much, at least played on the hardest difficulty. I do feel bad that I was not able to beat one mission. I may revisit it later, but as of right now, I have no interest in doing Doc Yao's mission. It's Simi Yi all over again, and I just don't want to deal with it, so I'm not going to. My life has changed so much in the time that this series has been going on. In some ways, I think I'll look back at this time in my life as the most, or some of the most important times for developing who I am as a person, as a man. Uh, you know, the triumphs and the and the and the not so triumphs, the L's. Uh, I've had a lot of fun. I hope to have a lot more. And as much as I've accomplished, I hope to accomplish a whole lot more. And as far as YouTube is concerned, this will not be my final series. This is not going to be the last thing I do. Uh, my plan is to, and I don't know when I'm going to start it exactly, but I will be doing Kessen 3 as my next game. I made my mind up. That game has been so important to me, and it's such a good game. That is definitely one that deserves some YouTube love. And for really a lot of the same reasons why I felt I had to play this game. Because it has meant so much to me, and I know it means a lot to a lot of other people too. And for that, I know a lot of people look back, you know, especially people that are in their 30s, early 30s right now, who grew up right around the start of the PlayStation 2 era, who look back and say, well, no, Dynasty Warriors 3 is the greatest of all time. For me, this is the one I started on, and this is the one I grew up with. This was my introduction to the series, and I still don't think it's the greatest game to ever come out of the series, but for personal reasons, this game has meant a lot to me. It shaped a lot of my trajectory as a gamer. It's got me interested in so many other games that I went on to play that I enjoyed so much. I never would have played Samurai Warriors had I not played Dynasty Warriors first. I never would have played Nobunaga's Ambition if I hadn't played Samurai Warriors. I wouldn't have played Romance of the Three Kingdoms if I hadn't played Nobunaga's Ambition and Dynasty Warriors. So, all of those series have meant a lot to me. And I've put a shit ton of hours in all of them. And I don't regret it. I've learned a lot. I've enjoyed myself immensely. I've grown a lot as a person. You know, it's gaming has always been tied to me since as far back as I can remember. I started playing when I was 4 years old. And Dynasty Warriors 4 was the first game I played, and there was not really a structured series on YouTube where you could go and just watch in high quality somebody play through every mission as the game and spotlight every character. And I know conversely you had to deal with me in the background, but I was able to provide that for the game. I have at least highlighted every single mission in the game. I have highlighted every single character in the game, and I have done it on the hardest difficulty, which is not exactly a fair representation of what most people's experience is with the series, Dynasty Warriors, and I still maintain this. Even though I have played all of them on the hardest difficulties, I still think the best way to enjoy Dynasty Warriors is, you know, you can play on hard, and really, hard is pretty fair. When you go above hard, you start getting into the one-shot and the two-shot and shit like that. That I don't think is really how to... And everybody's different, but I'd say for most people, that's not really the way to enjoy these games. Dynasty Warriors is at its absolute best when you can throw on some music, throw on a podcast, and just have fun. And you know, you can't really do that exactly with this difficulty, because when you stop paying attention, you're gonna get shit on. Not everybody can play it on PC emulator and have save states and stuff like that, and people have been very gracious in allowing me that, but kind of weird that Gan Ning would be. See, that this mission makes no sense. Gan Ning was not an officer at the time. You know, this thing is whole structured such a weird way. This is such a weird mission. But and Liu Yang, he's green, but his soldiers are not green. Wait a minute. No. No. Gan Ning definitely came later. Several years later. What? No. So Gan Ning, that would have been what, 2000 or 206 when he joined? Or 207, something like that. This particular mission would have taken place in 200. I think. No, 197, so Gan Ning was like 10 years away. Just. But Kessen 3 will start sooner rather than later. I'm still trying to think about how exactly I want to present that. With that game, it's not exactly like you can just play. I guess it'd make more sense and probably make for a better showing to... I kind of wanted to play it on New Game Plus. I do not want to start a new game and play on Expert. It's not impossible, it's just not that fun. So, I'd kind of rather not do that. I probably will start a new game. You can't play every mission in one playthrough, because if you play some missions, it makes it to where you can't play others. You have to risk and reward, you know, and kind of map out your campaign the way that you know, based off of what rewards and what officers and characters and shit you want. So, but just like this game, there was not really a dedicated playthrough that showed all the, like, all the cutscenes and stuff like that. I still think, as far as I know, I know there's some people that have uploaded certain cutscenes, but I don't know that, last time I checked, I don't know that anybody has uploaded a dedicated playthrough, which even if they have, I'm still going to do it anyway, but I know somebody posted a speed run, and I watched it years and years ago, where they had set up a phone to record their TV, you know, and that doesn't exactly make for the best viewing experience. I think we can all agree on that. Did the best they could at the time, what they had, but I think I can do a little bit better than that with the power of modern day technology. Do I have to go to the escape point as well? I guess so, since the mission is not ending. Okay.
My lord, you are safe.
I would not be here were it not for you, Zhou.
It was nothing.
I am proud to have
My
your
sister and her
loyalty.
boyfriend are out jeeping today. That's one I that's one of them things that the Jeep people I don't exactly understand, but I'll let them do their thing. I don't know. Somebody needs to explain to me the people that get the Jeeps and put all the rubber ducks on the dash. I don't get that one. I've seen at least 6 different people do that. Not that I'm not. I, did did the boys? Did they get an upgrade on that one? It all worked. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. I know it's been start and stop for some of us. For those of you who watch in the future who just start the playlist and keep going, you'll never really know. I guess you can look at the dates, but for those of us who have been taking this one step at a time, it's been a hell of a journey. But I've really enjoyed myself. I hope that you all have as well. Like I say that over and over again. That's I've done this for you and myself, but mostly for you. I'm sad to see it end, but kind of happy to be moving on to the next thing too. So I hope that you'll join me for the Kessen 3 playthrough. If you haven't seen my other playthroughs, I've played other Dynasty Warriors games, other Samurai Warriors games. I played Bioshock. I played a whole bunch of games that you can find in playlist on my channel if you're so inclined. I've done reviews if you think that my opinion is worth a shit about video games. I have been playing them for quite some time. These games in particular for a very long time. So, and I've done several reviews of most of the modern releases. With that being said, thank you for watching. Once again, I keep saying that. This is emotional. But bye-bye for now. And I'll see you on the next journey. Bye-bye.